Like our
shouldn't
race
be
shouldn't
a
define
box.
us. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just wondering about. I keep coming back to the word discrimination because I'm trying to see whether at some point did it become cool for us to be Chindians, right? Because you said at some point when you hit secondary school,
Yeah.
things were different,
Yeah.
right? But back then, was it because people didn't know enough about Chindians, about mixed marriages? What do you think?
I think so. I think definitely when you're in a very when you're in a very apa ni, like single race. What's that word? Like a very
I'm looking at
Yes.
mono raced community.
Yeah, because it was like
We'll
a
stick with
Chinese
that,
school.
yeah.
A mono race community, like
Yeah.
JD said. Because it was all Chinese. The exposure to like what there could be, like other races, or like how there are a lot of mixes out there, was like very rare. So all you knew was like, oh, we are Chinese people, and then but then when I went to like Kebangsaan school for my secondary, it was like very common. There was so many mixes, so
Yeah.
it became a lot more comfortable and chiller, I guess, to be mixed. And
Did you get mixed up to be Eurasian?
I do get
Right,
that
yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, Eurasian, or are you from Malaysia? But I think they may think like I'm from Philippines or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Thailand. It doesn't matter what race you are. Like having this conversation is a bit like why does it matter what race we are? But I guess at the end of the day, it is like it forms some sort of like identity within us, but also it shouldn't define us. If
Okay.
that makes any sense,
Yeah,
right?
like
Like our
it shouldn't
race
be
shouldn't
a
define
box.
us. Yeah, exactly.
Because Eurasians, they have done line.
Line, yeah.
We don't. We have. Hey, actually, yours is different. You know,
Mine's Indian.
you take Indian, right?
Yeah.
I'll take Chinese because my dad is Chinese, right?
yeah.
There's a higher likelihood that the guy is Indian, and the lady is Chinese. Is it like a personal preference? Are Chinese ladies going like, I like these Indian dudes lah, you know?
Yeah.
What is it? Spicy.
It's spicy, unique a bit.
Tastes a bit like rasam.
Nice, you know,
Right.
it's healthy.
No,
So
why is that though?
I don't know, but it's so weird. It's right what you say, because like, I feel like more often you see more Indian guys going after Chinese
Correct,
girls,
yeah.
but you don't see a lot of Indian girls going after Chinese guys, or the other way around.
Why
or
is
like,
that? You would think.
Why? That one I don't know lah. A bit stressed, But why do you think,
I
Shall we
think
have a discussion?
yes, I think we should. Because I think Indian men
Yeah.
are more aggressive in what they want in life. You know? They are like, I like this kind of girl, okay? Like, and I can vouch for a lot of guys who are mixed as well, and sometimes the passion side of me comes out, and I call it my Rajinikan moment,
Oish.
right?
Yo.
And I'm like, right? So that's the Indian side of me that comes out sometimes,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, I want something different from me, right? And then I'm gonna go for it, right? And I don't care what the consequences are.
Right.
I'm just gonna go for it.
Right.
I think if it was the other way around, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just think that Chinese guys have a lot of things to consider, like parents, what they think, and stuff like that. Don't you think so?
For my side, I think the Indian got more things to consider about.
Like
no,
what?
I feel like the Chinese people more chill
But the Indian,
But the Indian all must see caste lah, all these things all, back then lah.
nowadays you don't do that, right?
Now, you don't know who's out there listening to this, someone's parents will
Is
still looking at the
caste a
caste.
big deal in Malaysia?
I think so. Yeah. I know for my grandparents, it was big. It was a big deal back then. I don't know how they are now. They've definitely loosened up a lot more for my grandparents. But I don't know for my
So when you say your grandparents, right? They're also Malaysian, right?
yes,
Like your grandparents from your dad's side.
yes, my dad's
Indian.
side, yes, Indians.
And then when your dad rocked up to the house and said, "Hey, look at me! I got a Chinese girl."
yeah, they
What did they say?
actually so apparently everybody had to go through an interview with my grandfather. Everyone had interview, and apparently my mom cried after that interview with my grandfather.
Why?
I don't know what he drilled them with lah, but I don't think he had a huge problem with her being a Chinese. More so what what kind of person he was, but definitely it was unlikely lah. Like it was very shocking for them because my father didn't even tell them that it was a Chinese girl that I'm bringing home. He just brought home a girl, you know. But I think my mom's side was more chill. You know, in the UK when I was studying there, like dating lah, mat salif le, alright. And even that, it's so hard. Like it's a different culture and even in this day, I guess it's a choice, right? Do you want to accept and conform a little bit of like what you're used to match what your partner's culture or practices are?
Right.
Because even though the Matales are all modern, it is a very different culture from what we were used to growing up here. So I guess no matter what race, no matter when it is, it depends on the person and how open they are to receive and accept each other's culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So when you were there,
Yeah.
dated a white guy,
Uh-huh.
what did he think of you? Like, could he? Because
They
they like
can't
to pigeonhole.
understand. Yeah.
You know, they like to put you in boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So I've got a Chinese girlfriend.
Yeah.
So she obviously likes fried rice and noodles.
What? Orange chicken?
I don't know, right? Was that the case?
Yeah, I guess to them, we're all just Asians and we're like no difference, like Chinese, Indian or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's such a Malaysian or Singaporean thing. I think even in Indonesia, I feel like they're they're not defined by the race.
Yeah.
They're just like
The nationality.
yeah, we're Indonesians. Like
Yeah.
they are Chinese, but they will never say they're Chinese. They just say like we're Indonesians. So yeah, it's very interesting how.
So here
like,
you think we're a bit too obsessed with our race.
we're very race driven.
Right. Like Eurasians will go, yeah, I'm Portuguese.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we are Chindians.
Yeah.
And then there's the other one because there are the Singhs who marry the Chinese.
Yeah.
So we are Chinese and Indian, so you get
Yeah.
Chindian.
Yeah.
The Chinese and the Bai. you
Can
get-
we say it?
You know what I mean?
What?
The Chibais.
Oops. Yeah, but not really lah.
Yeah. But they laugh at it as well
Yeah.
because it's just so funny when you
Yeah.
actually put it together, right?
Yeah.
But-
I think it's just a very Malaysian thing lah. Like we don't get so offended so easily because we're also rojak basically, and we just accept each other for what we are, right?
So when you were there,
yeah.
race wasn't an issue. Like your boyfriend didn't think of what you were and everything. She's just my girlfriend. She's from Malaysia.
Yeah.
Right? Let's eat nasi lemak. Then you came back.
Uh-huh.
Did you go back into that? Oh, I'm Chindian. My parents expect a certain thing from me. I gotta start dating a Chinese boy or an Indian boy or whatever it is.
Not really. No, actually. Yeah. But I guess like growing up, apa ni, I was very fortunate to be like quite in the middle. Like
Yeah.
very accepting of both religion. At home, I never felt any like you are more Chinese or more Indian or anything like that. Although on the kitchen, I will have curry every freaking day and a Chinese vegetable. So the Chinese vegetable will be the garlic, the tai cao kind of like
清炒.
yes, qing cao vegetable. But then it will be like curry spread everywhere because my dad loves his curry and he like loves cooking, so he'll cook all the time.
But he loves your mom's cooking.
My mom doesn't cook very much because he will complain. He'll be like, no, when they go to a Chinese restaurant, these Indian people, they don't really enjoy it. I mean, I can't say Indian people, my father,
Yeah.
okay? I cannot generalize. But yeah, he enjoys it, but like not as much as he enjoys a good plate of curry lah. So at home, we'll have curry and then like Chinese vegetable. But yeah, we grew up eating food that was like that. But then other than that, I've never felt like I had to be more of a Chinese or more of an Indian. We were just the same. Like, I don't know. I only felt like I wanted to be more of one when I was in the Chinese school, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was because
I was
you're a
being
kid.
bullied.
You just want to be accepted.
Yeah.
Looking different already. You don't wanna ruffle any feathers and everything, right? It's not that you were embarrassed by what you were. I guess it's not about being shy to say that I'm Chindian, but people don't understand because you're kids.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, you just want to be accepted.
I don't feel a crisis. I'm quite happy because I've been talking with the guys here, and we're trying to produce this episode. And then, hey, let's talk about issues that affect Chindians, man. So identity crisis, and I'm like, we don't really feel identity crisis. Do you?
Identity crisis,
Chinese, Indian. Some people think I'm Malay. they don't think I'm Indian enough, you know. I'll put on a sari and I'll be eating dal and everything, but still people don't think I'm Indian enough.
Yeah.
Do you like dal, by the way?
Sorry?
Dal.
I love it. Yeah,
right.
I love everything. Chinese, Indian.
So food wise, you're more.
Whack only, everything.
You're not
love
more
it.
one. Indian.
Maybe because I grew up with a lot of curry at home, right? Now it's like I like to eat the Chinese food. That's my preference. But then I love my Indian lah. Like sometimes I just need to go and whack the
Right.
with your hands, yeah, not with the fork and spoon, guys. No banana leaf with fork and spoon. Okay.
Chopstick skills.
Oh, okay. What champion?
Can also.
Yeah, but I use it the wrong way. I am not using it the proper way lah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that one point down already.
Yeah.
Way, right?
Why you use perfect?
I'm
chopstick,
like a champion with chopsticks and everything. But the problem is when I eat Indian rice, apparently you're not supposed to get this part of whatever it is, right? Is it?
Yeah.
I will whack the whole thing.
Hey, what happened there?
What's wrong with putting it here? It's
How
dirty.
do you eat it though?
I just put curry and I scoop it up and I whack like. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, just
That's so weird.
No, I've got it better with time.
Oh,
right?
okay.
But that's how it is. So I don't feel conflicted. I don't
Yeah.
feel there's a crisis there.
Yeah.
I'm like, food is food, right?
Yeah.
Am I Chinese? Am I Indian? I don't feel a crisis.
Yeah.
Neither do you.
I don't, but I think like you need to be very conscious of it. I think when you hang out with Indians, for example, if I have a lot of Indian friends and I hang out with them a lot,
Yep.
some of the things that they like laugh about or joke about, I don't really like get it. Then sometimes you might feel like, oh, I'm not really Indian. And then when I'm with like really Chinese friends, like from my Chinese school, right, I cannot relate to the things that they are laughing about or the things that they share because my Mandarin is also not to say very king, you know? So in that sense, when you're in the very extreme sides of like how the culture can get,
Right?
I get very lost. Like I cannot relate fully with that. So I'm like definitely in the middle. But I guess in the middle means more of the urban side of like more KL, like
Hashtag first world problem.
first world problem, meh. Yeah, I guess more urban side. As long as like we speak apa ni, like a general basic English, then there's more. Like at least I understand what you're talking about or like laughing about, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But when it gets like really Chinese, because my Chinese is not very good, so I don't really understand. So in that case, I do feel very like.
Yeah, but we
cannot
have the
really-
first world problem issue.
Yeah.
Because we're very urban people. How different would your life be if you weren't who you were, doing what you're doing, and you're in like Hello Star? You know?
I think you will be more of one law.
Would it be more
feel-
apparent? do you
I
think?
feel so. I feel like maybe in areas like that, it will depend really on the community that you live in. I think even for us, like our community is very like urban, which is why like it's a lot more accepting. We accept ourselves a lot better because people are more accepting of how different one can be.
Yes.
But when you're more in the rural areas, for example, it does become very clear like, oh, this is like a maybe more Chinese community or a more Indian community, and then maybe that's how you become more of either. Do you think so?
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Because let's say you're in Taiping. Now, I don't have the stats for this, right? But let's say you're in Taiping.
Yeah.
And then you live in a more Chinese community.
Yeah.
You probably would skew more towards Chinese, right?
side, yeah, even though your dad is Indian.
Yeah, but if you were in, let's say you lived in Sentul, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Or Brickfields, then because you're surrounded by
Right.
that culture all the
Community.
time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that. It's just like
No, exactly,
are you happy with it, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not, then you should come out of your comfort zone
Yeah.
and go look for where you belong to.
Identity, though, right? When people ask you what are you, and if you didn't have to say Chindian, or do you want to say Chindian, or do you feel like this is what I am? I wanna encapsulate. This is what I am. I'm not Chinese. I'm not Indian. I'm not anything else. This is what I want. I want. If there was a state or a country called Chindia, that's where I would want to live in.
So which one do I have to choose?
Yeah.
Is it?
What are you? You know?
That's such a good question, and I guess that's when you really put it into perspective. It's like, shoot, it's like what, like where do I lean towards?
What do your parents want?
What do they want? I guess they just want us to be happy and like
Very vague. What?
happy, successful.
Because secretly, maybe your mom was like, I wish she would, like her chopstick skills was a bit better.
Walao eh, my chopstick skill very good leh.
Alright.
Can win the red bean competition. Okay, the one.
Because internally in the family, right, there's still gonna be some kind of, she's your daughter, like the moment you do something wrong, she's your daughter, right?
Like
Does
that
that
one
happen?
ah?
No.
No.
So what
Does that
what
happen?
are you?
What am I? I think I'm really Chindian. I cannot choose one. It's like, depends who I'm talking to.
Like if you were going overseas,
Yeah.
and someone saw you,
Yeah.
like when you were in Miss Universe, what did you say you were?
Chindian?
Right.
Yeah, because I can't choose. Like, I really feel both. I really feel like I'm both. I cannot choose one.
Wouldn't they get confused? Your friends, Miss
Yeah.
Poland,
Yeah.
right? Or Miss, and this is very stereotypical of how things are. Miss Sweden, you expect her to be blonde,
Yeah.
blue eyes and everything.
And
then Miss Malaysia, 1 year is this, 1 year is
Is
this,
that.
another year is another thing completely.
Yeah.
So when you explain that, what are you? Sure, you go. All of us should be. I'm Malaysian. That's first. But after that, what makes you tick? Deep down inside, I know you want to say I'm just Chindian, but what is it that?
that I relate to the most.
Yeah, that's you cannot say 50-50 or not. There's got to be one side of you that's slightly more heavy to the other.
More heavy. I would say more heavy on the Chinese side, just because I probably grew up in like going to Chinese school and I speak the language, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I think definitely leaning more to the Chinese side. If I had to really, really pick one.
Yeah, let's say
Yeah.
they said you cannot be Chindian. Have to choose one. Which one defines you? Chinese?
Which one defines me? Actually, coming to think about it, I do feel like when I was like in school, I definitely wanted to be like Chinese, just like you. Just 'cause-
Environment.
Yeah, because
Right.
of the environment. Everybody used to like make fun of us, like they would make fun of me because of how tan I was. But then in secondary school, I would like want to be like, I want to be known that I'm also Indian, so I would like crank up some Tamil, then they will like make fun of me. So yeah, it is kind of like, my friend will be like, yeah, what is this? Not even Tamil like you're speaking, and then
Yeah.
you feel like, but I'm trying, or like teach me, right?
Yeah.
But then yeah, like you said, like right now you just you know what? It's okay. Like you just accept yourself,
Yeah.
kind of.
Of a lot of possible suffering that has gone through, because back in the day, it wasn't accepted. If you're Chinese, they probably had clans and everything that wouldn't accept another, like you entering into their group, right?
Yeah.
They probably had a tough time, and then filter to us, and then you and I are going, oh my god, they didn't accept us in school, oh my god, so
Yeah.
rude, so bad. But back then it was horrible.
Yeah,
it was
that's so
taboo. You would
true.
be ostracized by your society.
Yeah, and it's almost like them. It's like I can hear my Chinese school peers saying it, like, oh, like don't play with the Indians because like they will bring what if you don't behave, I'll send you to an Indian person's house. And
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, which was so.
It's
shocking
very
for
horribly
me.
racist, right?
Yeah. So bad. But for them to say stuff like that, you must know that it came from home, and
Exactly.
yeah, and I guess that's how
It's generations of racism. You
racism.
wanna call it
Yeah,
that?
for sure. Discrimination of
Discrimination,
race,
yeah.
basically.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Glad you liked it. Now, if you want to check out a full discussion on all our other episodes, click right here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.